Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dain. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. What a great pleasure to be with you. You can tell it must be the holidays because I'm wearing my red holiday shirt. Welcome. So today's subject, what's the tool for today? What's the subject for today? Well, I've gotten a lot of people who've asked and been asking me personally a lot of questions about what I thought of the shooting that just occurred with the little kids in the town I can't remember right now. I know I'm supposed to know that like the back of my hand. And so what I wanted to do is give you a different perspective on that. And why? Well, because what are these tools of access consciousness for if not to use in the trenches when these things come up, when everybody else is running around freaking out and acting like there's no anchor, no true north for them? That's when these tools really kick in and can really be helpful to give you a different sense of peace while everyone else feels like they're going crazy. And the beauty of that, the extension of that, is when you function from that sense of peace, because you've got a different awareness of how things actually can be and how you can look at things, you become an anchor, not an anchor, you become a rock for other people to be able to know that there's a different possibility available. So let me present one different possibility for how you can look at this. When I looked at that, what it became for me when I heard about this occurring, initially, was I saddened? Absolutely. I mean, the fact that this could occur in our world, on our watch, on our planet, to me is devastating. And at the same time, what it did for me is it galvanized me. And I looked and I went, you know what? This is exactly why I've been working 3.5 weeks out of the month for the last 8.5 years to change it so that this can't happen. What if what this was for you personally is perhaps an invitation to make the demand that we truly create consciousness on this planet, that we truly create a conscious world where no one would even consider allowing this to happen. And if anybody saw the warning signs, if anybody saw the disconnection that was occurring in someone's universe, or the meanness or the anger, or if anybody was working with somebody who'd been brutalized, who'd been beaten, who'd been abused, who'd been bullied, they actually had the tools to create consciousness and awareness in the situation. How do you know when you're creating consciousness in a situation? It gets lighter. So what if this is actually an invitation and a demand that we step into creating the consciousness that we're here to create? That we start using these tools that I've been sharing with you on the Tour of Consciousness, like for example, asking the question. A question such as, what's right about this I'm not getting? Another question, what is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And how do I change it? Notice if you just start asking those questions, you take yourself out of that reaction, out of that sense of impossibility, out of the sense that you can't be a contribution to changing it, and you start becoming part of the energy that changes it. And I know I talk a lot about energy, and a lot of people initially when they hear it think, oh, it's airy-fairy, it's woo-woo, but for me it's the most pragmatic thing there is, because if you start recognizing that everything you've ever wanted to change in your life is so you could change the energy of it, the energy of the way it felt, the energy of the way it showed up for you. And what you realize is that the energy that you can create in a situation like that for the people around you, if you could simply create a sense of peace and a sense of question when people were wondering what was going on, when people were going into the trauma and drama, which never solves anything, what if that was the gift that you could offer? So what you might want to ask yourself is, what possibility is this presenting that I've never even considered? And what demand is this placing in my world to create the world I'd really like to see? And what if you realized, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it's your contribution that will allow the world to change? That it's all of our contribution together that will allow the world to change, so we can truly create a world where this no longer happens, where this is no longer something that we condone, allow, or accept, and where it's not about the gun control that's going to change it, but it's about the consciousness coming from within that changes it so it's no longer a possibility that can exist, because we would not choose it. So consider this a different perspective, a different possibility for how you can look at this. And I wanted to send this to you at this holiday time because there's still a lot of residual of that, and a lot of people are out there going, oh, I can't be happy because this occurred in the world. I totally understand, and what if there's a different possibility available? Thank you so much for being the gift that you are. Thank you for continuing to search and demand of yourself different possibilities than what the rest of the world is willing to see. And thank you for being the amazingly dynamic, different gift that you are. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and the change this world requires now more than ever? Thank you, my beautiful friends. I hope you have the most joyous holiday ever. I look forward to being with you next time. Bye.